High vision. It's a modern picture.
ハイビジョン、それは現代の絵巻だ。
Throughout our history,
いつの時代も人は映像により優れたリアリティを求めてきた。よりワイドな画面へ、よりクリアな画像へ。ハイビジョン技術の開発に世界に先駆けて取り組んだパナソニック。映画、放送をはじめ様々な分野でハイビジョンの世界を広げます。パナソニックのテクノロジーがハイビジョンをここまで身近にした。パナソニックハイビジョンシステム。パナソニック。
Okay. Weird, man. Oh,
Darth Vader's Japanese voice was kind of terrifying. I wasn't actually.
Dude, the whole intro song was like surprising. It was very grudge. The whole start of the commercial felt very grudgy and like
that was one of the more intense ones for sure.
What's going on? Yeah.
Hello there.
But hello there, everyone.
Are you good? Is your camera falling over?
I just didn't like the angle. I'm just figuring shit out. It's just a laptop, so I don't have a separate computer or a separate camera or anything like that. But
hello there.
We're up, son. Hello, everyone.
This is the party time. This is indeed where the
fun dude. There's a lot to talk about. There's been a lot of nerdy goodness that happened this weekend, and then there's going to be a lot of shit that's happening next month. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I feel like the thing that's looming over me is House of the Dragon because, you know, fresh off of that reaction. But we should talk about She-Hulk first.
Since it came out on Thursday, there was a bit more. There is a bit more time for people to have watched it. So,
well, if we want to talk about the first episode, we're in danger of falling behind.
Spoiler. This is gonna be a very spoiler.
Yes. We're just kind of assuming that everyone's seen it by now.
Warning everyone, I mean, spoilers about Prey, about She-Hulk, about House of the Dragon.
Hello there. What's up, Murdoch?
And then next month, fucking Andor comes out.
Right? Yeah, it's supposed to be the end of this month, but they delayed it on us. You know what? And that's okay because I have my hands full with House of the Dragon right now. She-Hulk about to be Rings of Power by the time
Power comes out next
Power is
month.
Going to be going on too.
At the beginning of September, I think. Whereas Andor is coming out like September, like near the end, right? It's like
midway through, or maybe it's the 21st. Yeah, September 21st.
Okay, it wasn't like a 30 number. It was definitely a 20.
It was the 21st, which is a Wednesday.
Excellence.
That's right.
So it'll probably be taking over the She-Hulk spot since this is kind of a Thursday, more of a Wednesday night, Thursday show.
Right. Yes. The intro song is a banger. It's funny. Me and Bendu were just talking about that right before we got started.
I fucking love our intro, man. I don't remember if you created that yourself or how exactly you went.
No. I found it and I feel terrible because I'm currently blanking on the name of the guy who made it. I will definitely, I think it's in the description of the video, actually. So it should be posted. If you're watching this via YouTube, it should be in the description. Hello there.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Cam. When does Bad Batch Season 2? Is that September also?
Apparently, it's no longer on the slate for 2022. So it was supposed to be coming out real soon, but it looks like it's getting delayed until next year, which I kind of had a feeling.
Give them the time for the animation. Give them plenty of time to get shit right.
Because, good things come to those who wait. I'm fine with waiting a little longer on that one. I think
it's definitely worth it.
So, what'd you think of She-Hulk first episode?
First episode. So I never watched. I think the show is called Orphan Black.
I haven't even heard of that before. Orphan, is it Marvel?
It's a show that the actress who plays Jen Walters really debuted herself in.
Oh, okay. Tatiana Maslany, right?
Yeah, and essentially her character, I don't know, she plays multiversal selves. So she plays the same person, but 18 of the same person.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool. That's a pretty good acting challenge.
Yeah. So her So her choice for this character is absolutely great. I think the chemistry between her and Mark Ruffalo is absolutely fucking hilarious. I love that they really just nailed down the bare bones of the story and didn't really You know,
It felt very like
well done, Todd. Yeah, it certainly, it must be something because my mom watched it and then she's like, "Oh shit, that's what's her name?" And I was like, "I have no idea who she is, but she's banging it. She's doing a great job." But yeah, yeah, the
black
pacing
arrow
was great.
graphic, pointed part of the brow. I think I know what you're talking about. Let me check. Hold on. Oh god, where are you? There you are. He's asking about the Bo-Katan.
Oh,
is the black
beautiful!
arrow
Let's show it up.
aligned with the brow and the visor? Let's find out together because I haven't checked. It
Oh shit! This
appears
is
to
new.
be.
When did this?
I'm really
get
sorry
made?
to hear that yours was misaligned. No, yeah, mine's a little off too. Mine is a little off too. Look at that.
What
Get
am I looking
CSI
at?
out here to enhance it, but
What am I looking at?
this little black graphic right here,
Uh-huh.
right there, should be aimed directly at the point right here.
Oh, well,
Oh, the trajectory, it actually lands a little bit over here. So it's close enough for me.
yeah, no, it looks fine.
Under $100, but yeah, no, that thank you for pointing that out. That wasn't going to bug me.
Pretty.
I didn't realize it.
I didn't know that you got it already because that one you pre-ordered it and then they were giving it away early at Celebration, or not giving it away, but they were
That's
selling
the
it.
one that I pre-ordered like over a year ago through GameStop when it was announced, and then I was like, I'm not going to see it again. And then yeah, we went to Celebration and there was like literally a wall of them, of just boxes where you could buy them. And then we saw them at Galaxy's Edge. So I was like, what the hell? Why don't I have mine if they're so readily available? And then mine finally showed up like last week. So
But yeah, so going back to She-Hulk.
yeah, sorry to totally hijack the conversation.
No, it's
but, like,
totally fine.
someone's got a helmet question. I have to jump into action. You know how it is.
Yeah, no, the transformation, like at first everyone was really worried about what she looked like and, you know, just graphically, how is it going to work out? I thought it looked fine.
Right.
I thought it was
I didn't.
absolutely great. The whole thing.
I'm
was
not sure what I
fucking-
was supposed to be concerned with because, like, she just looked like a green lady. If you told me she was wearing, like, if you told me that there was some bodybuilder and she was just wearing makeup and happened to be really tall, I would have believed you. Maybe I'm just a rube. I don't know. I don't know. But like, yeah, the CGI was convincing enough that I did not focus on the fact that there was CGI present. Like that wasn't even a factor to me. I was just watching the characters. So like, yeah, maybe my eyes are less refined at seeing these things, but I don't know. It didn't jump out at me, that's for sure. I don't know. Like, I haven't seen anyone say this, and so I feel like I'm just talking out of my ass here, but I feel like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk was kind of phoning it in a little bit.
What do you mean phoning it in?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like he was holding back in a way that wasn't like Bruce Banner is holding back his emotions, blah, blah, blah. It was more like Mark Ruffalo doesn't seem like he gives a shit right now. And also, at what point did he show any remorse for completely upending his cousin's life?
He didn't.
He never even said sorry. He just went straight to, you're a superhero now. You got to join my club. Like, never mind the fact that he just completely screwed the entire rest of her life. Like, there was no remorse or concern or, like, honestly, respect there.
That's true. That's
Very
true.
much just suddenly she was just became an asset. Like, you now have superpowers. You are now basically an object with which we will fight evil. I don't know. It's like, if this show is supposed to humanize Bruce Banner, it's doing the opposite for me. It's making it seem like a total dick when it comes to his cousin who's just been thrust into this.
I think
Does anyone else feel that way, or is that just me?
I think that might be like part of the purpose also.
It's true.
Like, because he didn't show any remorse either. He was very glazed over, like when he was talking about how Jen's blood helped his arm regenerate to its full self after the snap.
Which I wasn't fully satisfied with, but you're right. That was kind of cold the way he said that.
Super focused.
Well, part of like becoming Professor Hulk is repressing his emotions, though, right? Because Hulk, the other guy, had so much rage. Maybe like when he combined the minds, he lost a lot of that emotional, depth just because he has to be suppressed. That's how he's able to exist with both brains in one. But that's just me coming up with an excuse. They didn't make that clear at all, and it just came across as he didn't give a shit about his cousin.
I think part of it, again, like he's still trying to integrate his two, blaring personality differences, I suppose. And now he's also really having to go through and mourn the deaths of Natasha, Tony, and Steve. Like, yeah, Steve didn't die, but he turned into an old man and, got to live his life. But
he needs companionship. I saw a comment here that says
all of his friends. you know.
Absolutely,
And
he is
then,
desperate for a friend.
and then Jen, she straight up, she called him out on it. She's like, it seems like you're, just throwing 10 years of trauma at me. Like there's a lot of projection going on right here. So I
Yeah,
think part of that is this too. It really is to emphasize more of what men or just dude bros can be from a female's perspective. Like also like his whole thing
I
of
think
like,
that's a
how
very
can
good
you be
point.
so calm? How are you like not rageful all the time?
Right,
And he
to
was
set
very
up
specific
a
of
very
like,
well
look,
delivered
during
monologue
catcalls,
about
if I react certain ways, men are gonna either try to kill me, attack me, or rape me.
right.
So I automatically like, she was just laying it the fuck down.
And that was probably my favorite part of the episode because it was the part that felt real, you know? Like like blowing your top and explaining that and telling him what it's like to like be a woman just like surrounded by men like in society. Like that's obviously it's something that he had never thought of before. And I'm thinking maybe like the reason he didn't come off very well is also because Bruce has an arc here where he needs to grow as a person to like as his part of the show, you know?
Mhm.
So we need to see him being kind of like a little bit more apathetic than we want him to be in the first episode so that we can see this big change that he's made by the end.
Which
You
is
know?
also still very much very toddler Hulk. So like it's very much like
Yeah.
Hulk, who is like, very very about himself because he's a fucking
Yeah.
he's a baby.
As for
Not a baby, but like, he's a fucking man child. So
as for Thrawn's point, yes, I absolutely agree that his top priority was to contain her. Like that makes sense. But my point is that like sympathy and saying, "Oh my bad, I'm sorry, I did this to you," wasn't any of his priorities.
nope.
And and it may not have needed to be first, but it should have been on the list at least. Like he didn't seem to even care.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty funny. I thought it was really funny. Um, and Jamila Jamil, she must be in more of the show because like they made a big deal about her being cast as like this action villain, and then she was there for like 2 seconds. So hopefully we see her again.
Yeah, and then the gradual trickle of other heroes that we're about to see. I'm just like super pumped for all the little
Yeah,
cameos.
Daredevil's supposed to be in the show, right?
And like Wong is supposed to make an appearance, but yeah,
I saw that in the
Daredevil's
trailer.
supposed to
Yep,
make an appearance.
Daredevil. I only know from Spider-Man: No Way Home, Far From Home, No Way Home. That's the last one. Yeah.
And then fucking the Abomination dude who we saw in the Shang-Chi movie, and then in the Edward Norton Hulk movie, he's going to be, I think, a key character also, since Jen Walters is going to be his lawyer. So it's going to be interesting.
That's going to be dope.
But yeah, I'm curious to see if the Seinfeld lady, whose name I'm blanking on,
Elaine.
I'm curious to see if she shows up in this series.
Contessa something.
Yeah, lady. She's fucking Lady Hydra. Like we fucking comic book people know it. She's this bitch.
I don't know who she is, and that's one of those characters that really suffered from COVID. Really suffered from like the mix around because her like big reveal came in the wrong order. Like, so she showed up in an end credit scene, and we're supposed to know who the fuck she is, and then we met her afterwards. Like, so that kind of we got off on the wrong foot with old Lady Hydra. So hopefully she gets to actually do some stuff to make us have an opinion of her beyond this like very confusing. Like, who is this lady? We don't know her. What?
Yeah, why is she? Why
are you here? Like,
it's like she could be since the actor who played Ross, the big government mustache dude, since he passed away. I mean, since the actor passed away, she could be taking
William Hurt. That's right.
She could be taking his role, and she could be the one who theoretically puts together the Thunderbolts. Because we still haven't seen. Because we still haven't seen, U.S. agents fucking Wyatt Russell's character. Fuck, what the fuck is his name?
U.S. agent, yeah.
John Walker, yeah, motherfucker.
Walker, that's right.
Fucking guy, yeah, white America guy. Yeah, so that bitch, he needs to come. He'll eventually come back.
He's great. He acted his ass off of that Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Actually, I really liked that.
But yeah, episode 1, I thought it was fucking hilarious. The weird little side. I wonder if all the episodes are gonna have end credits. Did you watch the end credit?
No, I don't. I recently found out that Marvel does end credit scenes.
Well, I literally have. They do not all of them.
I know, and I've literally missed like all of them. I found out about them like 2 months ago, and then I went on YouTube and watched a bunch of the ones. But like, yeah, and all of my theater experiences, I had never stayed for the end credits.
That's a lie. I know we have.
Yeah, there's
I
a
forced
lot.
you to do
No,
it.
well, there's a lot. That was after I figured it out. Like,
That's
there's
fair.
so many that I'm like, I watched them on YouTube, and I was
That's
like,
fair.
I've never
That's fair.
seen this before. I have never seen this moment before. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know what
they
the
get
hell
super
happened
drunk.
there, but
They get super drunk and they're trying to figure out if
so they have them for the shows too.
who.
The end credit scenes is it after every
Well, just
episode of
for
every show?
this first
Damn,
episode.
that's a lot.
Not
Okay.
like none of Moon Knight. Well, no, the last episode of Moon Knight had an end credit scene. That's true.
Well, shit. Then
WandaVision-
let's watch it right now because I can grab
WandaVision
it
had
real
a couple of
fast.
them, but
Let's see.
yeah, dude, fucking Jen Walters is like super obsessed trying to figure
I'm
out.
grabbing it right now, so don't tell me what happens.
All right, that's fine.
So we can watch it. Because yeah, I didn't realize that they had these. I'm gonna start paying attention more. My bad. Jesus.
But that's the thing, like not all of them have it.
Oh, see, I think I've scanned through a couple times and there was nothing, and so I just sort of
Yeah.
assumed that they don't do that with the shows or something like that.
They've only done at least one per show.
Oh wait, I realized how ridiculous that sounds. No, I have seen the post-credit scenes of the Marvel movies. I was talking about Disney Plus shows. I did not make that clear at all. Sorry. I haven't seen any post-credit stuff for Disney Plus Marvel stuff. I know that they did them in the theaters and stuff. I totally didn't say that very well. All right, let's
Loki had one. WandaVision totally had one. Moon Knight had one.
Yeah, see, I have to go back and watch those. But here is here's the She-Hulk.
Miss Marvel have one? Oh yeah, no, Miss Marvel totally had one. Because that was one where she teleports and like crashes into the closet.
Here we go. Is this it?
This is it, yeah.
Okay. What's going on here?
I never got to experience sex. You see that ass? Like, that ass did not deserve to die a virgin.
Why is she drunk? I thought they couldn't get drunk.
They can get drunk. They just
Steve
don't.
Rogers
Mark.
is not a virgin. He
She's
lost
acting more than buzzed,
virginity
though.
to a girl in 1943 on the USO tour.
Yes, I knew it.
This is about fucking
Yeah,
History Channel.
Captain America.
That's pretty good.
Oh, it's so fucking good. I love her.
I think that sets the stage for what the
Oh,
tone of
man.
the show is going to be.
just everything, everything acting wise about Mark Ruffalo's deliverance of that line, and fucking what's her nuts as playing Jen Walters, like it was just so fucking operatic. Like I fucking loved it because like. I mean, in your night,
It was a very large personality, you know.
In your night / day job, like there's been plenty of moments at bars where we've seen boisterous individuals,
Definitely.
you know. So it's like they keep that energy on point, but like the way that Mark Ruffalo delivered that line, I couldn't help but think about how at some point Tony Stark must have just been hammering Steve, be like, "Come on, Rogers, tell us, Rogers, Have you ever popped your cherry, Rogers? Like, come on, Steve. Come on, Steve. Come on, Steve."
You think
God
the information
damn it,
was revealed in that same spot like many years ago?
Well, maybe not in Mexico, but I'm sure at some point, like,
Well, because their initials were carved into the table.
Tony Stark's was
Tony Stark and Bruce Banner. So Tony Stark might have like found out from Cap and then told Bruce. You know,
exactly.
Yeah, that's funny to think about.
And that, you know, and it was totally like against Bruce's will of like, I didn't need to know that Steve, you know, fucked this USO girl when he was doing his bail bonds tour, you know. But like, it's so fucking funny. Like, it was so random and it was just so fucking hilarious.
I like how she referenced America's ass. Like,
yeah,
that joke is still going. The joke has lived longer than Cap has. Like,
it's so fucking good. There was like such a great meme of Chris Evans in like some other movie that he was looking at, but it's like the scene is him looking at a text message on his phone, and then everyone on Twitter was just like Captain America's response right now after that She-Hulk scene. It was just like, oh my god.
Could it have been Bucky? Wouldn't Bucky have still been?
Bucky and Tony don't talk. Are you kidding me?
Well, not only that, but I think Bucky would have been still being conditioned at the time that Steve lost his virginity, right? It was during a publicity tour. It wasn't during a tour of combat, and he did publicity tours before he rescued Bucky. So Bucky wouldn't have been there for the V card thing.
Nope. But Steve would have told Bucky about the V card as soon as he met.
That's true. That's true. Steve would have told everyone he knew.
Because Bucky was locked in a fucking Hydra prison as soon as they met. And then Bucky may have never found out, actually.
The cute blonde girl from the USO tour montage. Are you talking about Marjorie Terrell?
The one who... No, not Marjorie Terrell. She was a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. I know who Devil Dog's talking
Marjorie
about.
Terrell wasn't a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. She was just an army. She was like an army typist or whatever. She's the one that that he kisses, and then Carter walks in right at that moment and then shoots with the shield.
Yeah.
She was a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent?
I guess she wasn't S.H.I.E.L.D., but...
No, you're thinking of her granddaughter.
So no. So the person that Devil Dog's talking about and who it's this random blonde girl who, again, because it's during the whole bail bonds, fight for America sort of tour.
Right.
And like at the start of that whole montage, you see this random like blonde-haired Barbie looking girl, and she's like, "Can I get a photo?" And then Steve just looks at her, and then the camera like makes like a star sound, and like you wouldn't normally think of anything else.
We see it on so at the moment we see it on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa, okay. It's not like a Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina kind of thing where they just picked an extra and wrote this about her. Like,
no,
cool. That's really cool. Backwards continuity.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was. It was totally backwards continuity. It's exactly
I dig that. I do like that when they do that.
Because it was
Peter Quill's mom. Who's Peter Quill? Star-Lord. That's Star-Lord. That's the Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't fucking Peter Quill's mom.
Quill's grandmama. Well, two people think
how
it was.
That Quill's grandma? How is that supposedly?
I don't know what Peter Quill has to do with any of this.
Someone tell me that shit. Allegedly, did Quill's grandma say that? Like, was she the one who was like, "I fucked Captain America once"?
No, she said that there was no father, and she can't explain what happened.
Actress who played Peter Quill's mom plays her. So what? Like that actress just randomly said, "Oh yeah, they totally banged."
So they used the same actress twice, but is there any sort of like canon confirmation that that's supposed to be the way it is, or is it kind of like a Corin Horn's name in the Kenobi credits situation where it's kind of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge?
Nobody knows. Oh well, then I don't give a shit. That's rumors. That's fake news. That's fake news.
Unconfirmed.
That's fake news.
It's possible. It's possible. Oh, people are just having fun with it. That's fine. See, but you got to be careful doing that because I'll believe you. I'll believe anything. I don't. It's the whole. It's always sunny meme of like that sounds wrong, but I don't know enough to dispute it. Like that's me with Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
But, okay. Yeah. It's a conversation that's happened behind closed doors, probably. That makes sense. So She-Hulk was cool. New episodes coming soon. Something else very important happened this week. We returned to Westeros.
Bro, 137 years or 100. I really appreciated that intro. I really appreciated that intro of like, this is our time period. This is where we are. This is what's happening. Like,
did you think that? I don't know if you thought of this, but like as soon as I saw Jaharis on the throne, looking like ancient as fuck, even though apparently he's only like 60, he's a rough 60. My first thought was that he looked like one of the kings of men from Lord of the Rings before they took the rings in the intro of that. Like it was the long white hair, like the dark. Like he should have just been standing there holding the ring.
It was very Nazgul. Yeah, it was very Nazgul.
No, it was dope. It was dope. I really liked the intro. They kind of like bent over backwards to spell it out for us. They had to like be like, and then this happened, which meant Daenerys was born. And then they took away all the words except for like 172 years before. Daenerys.
Exactly. Yeah, no, dude. It was very
everybody got that?
I appreciate that shit so hard. Because there's so much inbreeding too, you know? Like
good old inbreeding.
You know, I had to Google the family tree again just to like kind of see where Princess Visenya was.
See, I'm not doing that because I've been spoiled by that before. When I was watching Game of Thrones, I looked up a family tree and you could see what names were crossed off, and then I knew what characters were going to die soon. So I've avoided like because I know that House of the Dragon is all from one book, meaning it's Fire and Blood, right? Which is like the story. It starts with Aegon the Conqueror and it goes all the way through the Targaryen history, all the way up to the Mad King.
Yeah, but then we're not starting at Aegon though. We're starting.
No, we're starting like in the middle of this book. But my point is that like the ending is already written. So we're not going to have that whole making it up as we go kind of thing that we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, it'll just be more curious where they choose to end this one. But also the really fucked up thing about the Targaryens and like every other fucking dynasty that's been throughout history, they reuse people's fucking names. Like how many Queen Henrys are there? How many Queen Elizabeths are there?
Oh, well, there are at least 8, right?
Like how many fucking Aemon Targaryens are there? God damn it. So like when they're like, oh, where's Master Aemon? Or like, where's your brother Aemon? I was like, isn't he blind? And like the night.
Right. It's hard to tell if is it Aemon or is it Aemon the 16th or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, isn't he up on the fucking with the Night's Watch on the hill sort of thing? And then we saw Rickon, bro. We got to see fucking Rickon Stark, fucking old ass grandpa Rickon, bro. Like,
yeah, that was really cool.
Dude.
That was really cool. I liked all of the costuming and the visual effects, and it felt like we've started off season 1 with the budget of Game of Thrones season 8. Like all cannons firing, the dragons look so fucking crisp and so fucking real.
We've only seen 2 so far.
We've only seen 2, but I feel like we really saw them. They did not feel like CGI to me. Like my brain knows that that's the only achievable way to do that shot, but like my eyes believed that it was real. It looked totally good enough. Getting to see King's Landing in its heyday, man, that was crazy.
Dude, it looks like even my mom was like, look, it was hilarious. She's like, look how clean the streets are.
The shots gave me like a weird feeling though too, because the last time we saw a dragon flying over those streets, it ended in like massacre and like it was rough.
Bro,
so
and
even though we were seeing it with like uplifting music and like here's Rhaenyra flying on a dragon and everything's nice and like they even flew over like a bountiful marketplace full of fruit and like it looked like people were
nobody was scared.
But thriving.
Everyone's like, oh yeah, a dragon. This is
was such a juxtaposition because the last time we were here, it was just death and destruction.
It was just so hardcore fantasy, and I'm just like so fucking here for it. But like the way that the characters were introduced, like this is gonna be so much more like the Tudors. 100%. This is gonna be so much more like the Tudors sort of a thing. Like this is gonna be
much more palace intrigue. But I think that the action is going to still be like super engaging. Like the tournament had really cool choreography. Like the way he got Daemon got knocked off and then he slid along the fucking rail. Oh, that was awesome.
Dude, the fact that his armor had extra back brace, fucking he would have been paralyzed and dead if he didn't have that princely plot armor. Just saying. Dope. Speaking of princely plot armor, that black dragon armor, super fucking dope.
You mean the Lego Man armor? Fuck
any helmet that you can see your whole face and you're jousting, the fuck is wrong with you? That's like asking for yourself to be stabbed in the face. Like, come on.
Absolutely. No, it's super impractical.
Dude had fucking dragon wings on his helmet though. Like that's so it was so cool. And then the prince from Dorne, dude, the little Dornish boy who like was beating the shit out of him with a flail out of all things. Like when do we
yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Like it was so interesting. Everybody seemed like they wanted to fuck everybody though. It was freaking me out. Like Rihanna seemed like she wanted to fuck her handmaiden lady, and then like her and her uncle Damon were giving each other super weird looks and vibes. I'm like, bro, Doctor Who, don't fuck your niece. Don't fuck your uncle.
That whole scene was very creepy. It was very creepy. Weird. I thought it was hilarious that like he's doing the lady at the brothel, right? And then he's clearly like having some trouble. And
he's too distracted because he heard what the council was talking shit. Because the whole fucking
right, but like
his council was talking shit.
He's having performance issues.
Mm-hmm.
So he wraps himself in a little blanket of shame and sits on the window looking like a babushka. And the maiden comes over and she's just like, I know that you're worried about like your place as the heir and the line in the succession and all these different things and these threats. And it's like, damn, lady, you got all of this from his dick being soft? Like, that's pretty nuts. That is some skilled brothel.
No, they've been fucking for a while. They've been fucking.
You think so?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, that makes sense actually because she knows his taste. She was like, I could even bring in someone with silver hair if you want.
Yeah.
I think he can't get it off unless he's looking at a Targaryen or a dragon. I think that's the problem here. That's the real problem.
I could see that.
Matt Smith. Honestly, if it was between this or playing young Palpatine, I think he made the right choice. I'd rather watch him be like a crazy ass Targaryen.
Beheading people, bro, in the fucking streets, bro. Like we got to see
we saw the birth of the Gold Cloaks. That was like the inventing of the Gold Cloaks right there.
Yeah, dude. It's just an interesting time period. Totally interesting.
I'm sure someone in the chat has read the novels. I have deliberately avoided the novels ever since I knew that this show was being made because I really like being shocked and surprised. It's kind of handy when you have a reaction channel, but also I just, I don't want to have to. I don't want too much knowledge because I'm going to contextualize what happens, and then I won't be surprised when it happens. And
But I mean,
really
the
like
book and the show
twists
went
and
in such
turns.
different directions, though. So it's like even
They
if you
do.
read the novel,
They do. So you
you
can read
don't
the books and
fully
still be
know.
kind of surprised when something is not the same way. But I don't want to have any sort of expectations placed on the story. I want to just
Stannis
speculate
Baratheon
wildly
is
after
still
every
alive.
episode.
Like in the book, Stannis Baratheon is still alive. Fucking Catelyn
Well, in the books,
Stark-
Daenerys hasn't
Catelyn
even made it
Stark-
to Westeros yet. So
Yeah, Catelyn Stark's a fucking zombie who's like in charge of the Brothers Without Banners, which is fucking confusing and weird as fuck.
oh yeah, it was awesome getting to hear about a Dondarrion back in the day.
Yeah.
I love that we're getting all these like vassal houses, but their relationships are so different to each other. It shows how much things change over time,
Dude, House Hightower of Old Town, the fact that we've never heard of that house before is like we just know, oh, this family's gonna die. This whole family's gone. We've never heard of this family before. We've heard of Old Town before.
Rhaenyra
Yeah.
Targaryen and Alicent Hightower. What's going on there? Are they friends? Are they more than friends? Are they like a Frodo and Sam kind of thing, or are they straight up like doing it?
Or not handmaiden? Is it handmaiden?
Well, she's
Lady-
she is definitely like attached to her in like a job sense, but at the same time, like they're very, very close and friendly with each other. And I'm wondering how close and friendly are they? Because I think they're going to end up pitted against each other as like mortal enemies.
Oh, I don't think so.
Otto Hightower is a scheming son of a bitch. I don't trust him for a second, and he's going to try and install his daughter on the throne.
He was all about. I forget what the dude fucking Anne Boleyn's dad. Fuck that guy.
Quickly, yes, 1000%. I would watch the hell out of that. An Elder Scrolls TV adaptation. Fuck yes.
No, dude,
I haven't seen the Boleyn. Which movie? Are you talking about the Tudors or?
No, just overall, because they're real people.
Okay. You're talking about
historically, like Anne Boleyn's dad pimped his daughters out all the time to royalty and to higher.
That's right. No, I know what you're talking about. I thought you meant
his whole because I fucking can't remember his name, but the dude's whole philosophy was pretty much like Tywin Lannister of just like do what you need to do for your family. Your only job is to make your family, a status higher than what it was when you were first born. So do whatever you need to do to make the family in a better position. So he was totally like, here, go fuck the king so the king can potentially impregnate you so that Daemon doesn't, isn't heir to the throne. And it's like, bro. And then
the whole go comfort the king and wear one of your mother's fucking dresses. I'm like,
get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, that is just gnarly.
Get the fuck out of here.
Kidding me?
But the fact that he was making a life-size miniature carving of fucking
he was playing medieval Warhammer up in there. He was playing Warhammer.
Yeah, this guy. But and he did that out of mourning too.
As soon as that happened, I was like, I'm not paying attention to the dialogue. I want to know everything about his hobby and like, is he going to paint it? Is he going to flock the ground? What's the next step? Does he have miniatures? No, amazing. So I have an image here.
Carved that whole fucking thing.
This is all I could think of when Daemon Targaryen was wearing his armor with the dragon helmet. Yes. That's the fucking helmet he was wearing, dude.
Yes. Fucking core memory unlocked, dude.
He was rocking the 1995 dragon helmet, and I love it. I'm here for it. Matt Smith is the right age that he probably played with that dragon helmet as a kid. No, it was so good. But yeah, the other thing that I noticed that not a lot of people pointed out apparently is that during the High Council meeting, when Daemon was being an asshole and talking about Otto's dead wife and everything.
No, he's talking about his wife.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Is that was all Otto's fault. Otto baited him into that because Otto started that shit by saying if only you were as attentive to your dear wife as you are to the Gold Cloaks. And he's like, bitch, your wife is dead. But he wouldn't have said that if Otto hadn't decided to start talking about this guy's wife. He was trying to show that Daemon is so uncouth. He's so unworthy of being in a leadership position because he's unruly and he's rude and this and that. And it's you're baiting him into these things. It's so clear to us, the viewers, that this Hightower guy is just manipulating the situation, but I don't think the king gets it. The king's got a lot on his mind right now. He just lost his wife and his son, and he's got what I think is grayscale on his back.
I don't think it's grayscale. I think it's just straight up like. So I guess it's not
The doom's already happened. The doom of Old Valyria has already happened. So grayscale's in the world.
I don't think he has grayscale though. He just has a pustulating ulcer, which he got from cutting himself on the Iron Throne. Because then he cut himself on his finger too. So if
you think he's just got like royal tetanus,
royal syphilis, or something like that, or
yeah.
what's the other one? What's the other one? Can you get leprosy from cutting yourself on something? Or do you have to
think you have to have sex with the sword to get leprosy from it.
Yeah.
My medieval medical degree has lapsed, but I'm pretty sure that's the only way.
Because grayscale is very specific. It has like that weird scaling thing. This one was straight up pussy. You know,
it's true, but it looked like I only thought about grayscale is because it looked like the very beginning of Jorah's wound before it spread. It kind of looked like it festered like that, and then it started scaling.
Gotcha.
Oh, word! He could be a hemophiliac. That would make sense because he keeps cutting himself on the damn throne. He cut his hand at the end of the episode too.
Mm-hmm.
Also, did you notice he was holding the cat's paw dagger that Arya uses to take out the Night's
King? I did. I fucking did. And then they made it. And then they just completely made it like an essential like Targaryen legendary item of like, this is the knife that's gonna, be part of this Song of Ice and Fire. Like, it has to be held by a Targaryen. And then by the end of everything, like, it's not held by a Targaryen at all. It's held by the, little lady Stark.
Right. The whole Song of Ice and Fire scene was actually really important. First of all, John Doe, my reaction is already up on the Grizzled Wizard YouTube channel. You can go check it out over there. I did not react with Bendu, though. We didn't react. I reacted with my partner, Hera.
So the way that we're able to do all of our Star Wars reactions, it's way easier because I'm able to watch everything on Disney Plus, and I can watch that on a separate thing. If we were
when it comes to HBO Max,
if we were to try to do reactions to Rings of Power or House of the Dragon together, instead of me being in a very closed, sound conditions bedroom office room, I would have to set everything up in my living room. And then it would just be
harder
different.
To control.
It would just be a louder environment, and it'd be different. So it's easier to keep the better quality reactions to the Star Wars and potential other Disney Plus stuff. And then we can put everything else into the podcast or into other various YouTube.
I was gonna say the silver lining to this is that we can just have episode discussions after each episode right here live. And so it's not just me and Bendu on a video, it's us in the chat with you guys. So we can have like a communal discussion, which I actually like better because there's always something that I miss. And then someone in the chat will point it out. And I'm always like really appreciative of that because it helps us catch all those details. Like I didn't notice the cat's paw dagger the first time that I watched it. That came from a comment that someone made. And then I went back and I was like, holy shit.
They emphasize it a lot during the joust. It's just fucking sticking way out of his jacket during the tournament. Mm-hmm. And then
stuck it out extra far so you'll see it.
Yeah, dude. And then when they go into the catacombs, like Dad's just like, what do you see when you see the dragons? And they're just like, oh, fuck, bro. And now I want to know, like, how the fuck does Littlefinger get it? How does this pompous prick little ass Wyatt end up getting this Valyrian?
Well, here's the thing about the Song of Ice and Fire thing is that, like, it shows that they're aware of the Long Night and the Night King and everything way back then. And if Baratheon hadn't interrupted the line of Targaryen kings, they would have continued preparing for that, and we probably would have had a very different conflict against the White Walkers. Mm-hmm. Like, no one told him about the plan, and so, like, all that preparation ceased, which is fucked.
Bro, the fact that we also got to see that random Baratheon get his ass handed to him in the tournament, like, shit. Dude got knocked off his horse quick.
Yeah, he did.
But, dude,
I like that, Daemon was, like, hella bloodthirsty and, like, out for blood that whole time. But then when he got knocked on his ass at the end by the Cole guy, he totally like took it in stride, like sportsman like. He was just like, all right, fair enough, GG, WP, like.
Yeah, but then he hit the Dornish dude behind the head, and then the Dornish dude hit him behind the head.
Yeah.
And then that's when they were and then he slapped his hand away, which I thought was like kind of funny and kind of petty because it's like, you fucking boys, big ass boys, like you're gonna sucker punch each other in the back of the head and be equally unhonorable to each other. Like, Jesus.
Hey, when in King's Landing.
I was sold. But yeah, somebody was talking about the birth. I was like, bro, I was like, give this girl the like milk of the poppy or some shit. Like,
Yeah, the
we're
fact that they
literally
didn't, just because of the air, made it
we're
really
just
clear
gonna
that like she was not as important.
bro. Like, we're just gonna make
She
this
was less
fucking
valuable than this
baby.
child to them.
And then husband was just like, don't worry, we're taking the baby. I like, fuck you, one, and then two, yeah, that was rough. That was rough.
Yeah, that was really hard to watch, and the fact that she was like confused but still aware of what was happening and like actively fighting against them, and they were doing this C-section knowing it would kill her, like that's just murder. It's like a torturous death, you know? It was it was painful. They said they gave her as much as they could without risking the health of the baby. They could have given her more to ease her suffering, but it was more important to them that the baby survived than that she wasn't in pain. Like as soon as that air came out of her, she was secondary, and like that was like really kind of the point of the scene, I think, because the air is a male, like it was born a male, perfect. Like forget about her. We only need to save this one, and then it was all for naught, which made the tragedy just like so much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they didn't even tell her. They didn't even fucking tell her that they were going to do it.
Yeah, that's what fucked me over.
That's the worst.
That's what fucked me up. I thought they were gonna like put her to sleep and then just like do the C-section. Because it's not like if you immediately just like kill the mom, you kill the kid. It's like they could have easily done something else to.
Ooh, yeah, that was kind of. It was a little identifiable for me. I was like, I do that sometimes when I'm super uncomfortable. I'll pick at my nails. That was actually a really interesting scene. Because all of these people, and there were a lot of children, were watching this extreme like hyper violence, and none of them were really like reacting very much facially. And it was a good way to serve to show like just how desensitized the society is to this brutality. And like Allison is clearly not okay with it. But she's like in too repressed a role to ever say or do anything about it. So she just sits there and like destroys her cuticles. Yeah. No,
they don't know what anxiety is. They don't know what that shit is.
They'd call it an imbalance of humors and give you some milk of the poppy or whatever.
Yep. Or like tell you to drink chamomile tea for a week.
I feel like I almost heard a little bit of the Reigns of Castamere in the coronation scene at the very, very end. I mean, it wasn't a coronation. It was like the official announcement of her becoming the heir scene. Whatever that ceremony's called. I heard a little bit of na 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 for like just a second in the background.
Yeah, that's true. It was
weird though because we hadn't met any Reigns yet.
Their ceremonial go-to. I really need to fucking Google if Raymond Djawadi is doing the music for this show.
He is.
I really fucking hope he is.
And he's definitely using some of his old scores too.
Oh yeah,
like I heard the Misa theme and when the dragon was going overhead.
They did the fly, dude. It was yes.
I heard the Daenerys Targaryen proper theme a couple times.
Immediately got goosebumps during some of the fly scenes, and they showed us the Red Keep. Or like version 1 of the Red Keep, it's like it's not even
the old school.
It's not even necessarily the same castle that we saw.
Well, we saw the Sept of Baelor, the old school Sept of Baelor.
Oh, is that what the dome was? I thought the dome was just the dragon den, the dragon keep.
It might have been. Isn't Baelor?
I was confused was there a big dome was?
It can't be the Sept of Baelor. It hasn't been built yet because I just realized that Baelor is the son, the basically stillborn son, the son that died. He was Baelor the First, right?
No, the son was named after Balon.
The son's name is Baelor, but is he not the first?
Balon, I think.
Is it Balon?
The name of one of the dragons.
I thought look, they're going to build the Sept and name it after this dead kid. Because I thought that it was the Sept of. Okay, never mind. I thought I'd made a connection there.
Yeah, no, I think Baelor was one of the first people to like bring the light
of the seven or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which house are you? That's a very good question. Because everyone picks a side, right? When they watch these shows, it's like a team sport. I've never seen a fantasy series like with reactions where people are holding fucking like football flags that say like Lannister and like stuff on them. People have like banners behind them. Man. It's like watching football, man.
Twilight did it first, which is kind of obnoxious and toxic and poisonous to everything and everyone. But And then Harry Potter really did actually. Harry Potter fucking did it too with your house.
Totally.
Choosing,
It's people like we're pack animals, and as audiences, we love picking sides and feeling like we're part of the pack.
Personality quizzes. Same with what your astrology sign is.
Sure.
It helps people compartmentalize, so not everyone feels alienated or alone.
It's just different flavors of belonging. That's all it is. Exactly. People want to join up. They want to feel like they're part of any sort of a group, and if you can categorize yourself that way, just strengthen those numbers.
One thing I am thinking about, I did really appreciate that they kind of vaguely explained that the black dude with the white dreads isn't a Targaryen. He's just a black dude with white dreads. His sigil was the hippogriff, or no, the seahorse, because it was half horse and then it had a mermaid.
It's not Valerian, but it's a word just like Valerian. It's a V word, and they're a vassal house of the Targaryens, and they have like intermarried many times, and they come from old Valyria.
So he's totally the brother-in-law of the current king, because he's married to the sister. He was married to the sister that wasn't named the heir.
I'm pretty sure he's not a Targaryen by blood. He doesn't have a Targaryen parent, does he?
He doesn't have a Targaryen sigil either.
Well, right, because his last name isn't Targaryen. He's married to a Targaryen, but I'm wondering is there any like inbreeding going on there? Does he have either parent Targaryen? Because if not, why are his locks fucking white? That's what I want to know. I figured that was them saying he's a Targaryen too, because everyone else has white hair.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe just some.
Just seems a weird visual choice. Well, no, I mean it's totally possible. It seems a weird choice to like if we're going to make these people distinct by saying that they have white hair. That's how we can message to the audience that Targaryens are here. And then you randomly give someone who's not a Targaryen bright white hair. That seems a little confusing unless you know what's going on. So maybe there'll be a reason. Maybe there's a reason for his hair. I don't know. Dario Naharis had blue hair, and they chose to change that because it looked weird. But they didn't change this guy's hair, so there must be something going on there.
That's true. What I thought was cool too is that both of their little mixed kids had white hair or gray hair too.
Yeah, that was
like
cool.
The little boy,
I did notice
the boy
that.
had a gray white afro, and then the girl, I think the girl had straight hair too. But their kids were totally adorable.
Yeah, they were.
I hope nothing fucking happens.
I was about to say, I hope they don't get fucking murdered, man. Now that we've talked about how cute they are. Speaking of which, so Corlys's wife, I forget her name, but she's the eldest sister of Viserys, and she's really like the queen who never was. She really should have been named
the queen who never was, dude. What a fucking title, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty goddamn disrespectful. I love it. I don't think it's worse than the same
time like fucking heavy metal.
I don't think it's worse than Bran the Broken though on the sensitivity scale.
Yeah. No, it's still better. That's the worst name ever in all royalty history, and all fictional and non-fictional.
There's Bran the Broken. He's gonna go over there and hang out with Craig the Crippled.
God damn it. Yeah.
Oh man, Fred the Fried. But yeah, no, I think the show is going to get really, really good, and I'm really hoping that we're going to see more, like, and I'm sure we will, because we're only one episode in, but like more reasons why all of these various characters can have like solid claims to the throne. Like, I understand that the queen who never was passed over, and she has like the bloodline claim. But she has barely said 2 words. Like, Corlys has done all the talking. Mm-hmm. I want to see her demonstrate her mind and what it is that she is like good at, and why she should be a good player in this right now.
This is true. Rihanna's mom also really commented on that and really sort of set the stage, because that whole conversation was very much like, Targaryen or not, like a woman's place is the bed.
Right, our battlefield is the childbirth.
Like your job is to produce heirs. And then Princess Rihanna is like, well, I don't want to fucking do that. I want to fly on dragons all day and like go on adventures, and like all the fucking power to you, girl. Like Arya Stark.
By the way,
friends with
it's Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra. Yeah.
I love that you're calling her Rihanna though. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I might have done that one time. But yeah.
Oh man.
Rhaenyra.
My dragon is my umbrella. Anyway. I can't wait to see where it goes. I think it's gonna be great. And we got 3 major factions. We've got the High Towers, who are obviously gonna pull some dirty shit. We've got Daemon Targaryen. We've got Rhaenyra Targaryen. And then I guess we've also got Corlys and his wife. So that's actually 4 factions. And whoever the hell else is going to emerge, like this pirate admiral, the Prince Admiral of the pirate fleet, the crab feeder.
Oh, they were talking about him. Did we ever?
They talked about it at the very beginning. They
talked about him as the potential antagonist.
It sounds like some guy has gone out there and united all of these random pirate fleets and turned them into a massive pirate armada, which is fucking cool.
Bro, watch it be the Greyjoys. Watch this be like the creation of the Greyjoys.
The beginning,
Shit.
he like his name was like Dahar or some like unrecognizable name, but like it could be they could decide like we're gonna found the House of Greyjoy or something.
We are creating the drowned gods. This is our Dagon.
If anyone pays the iron price, it's pirates, right? Like
that's their whole thing. That's their whole fucking philosophy.
That's all they're about. They're all about just stealing shit and killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really fun, but don't visit their island.
Yeah.
Speaking of high fantasy, we got a Rings of Power trouble today. Trouble? I just saw a comment saying Doctor Who's going to cause trouble, and you just yanked words right out of my brain. I was going to say trailer.
Did you also watch the little? I don't know. Did you watch the little end credit? Not end credit, I guess.
God damn it! Don't tell me that there's end credits here too.
No. So like, you know how HBO does the thing of like tune in for other weeks, and then it like shows.
There was like an inside the episode thing at the end.
They didn't do the inside the episode. They were just like, this is what to expect from later on in the series.
Oh, I didn't see that. No, I'm going in blind.
I guess Matt Smith loses an eyeball at some point because he's rocking an eye patch.
I did see him with an eye patch in the trailer. Yeah. No, I did know about that. Okay.
Fucking
sweet. Or is it a fake eye patch to like be in stupid disguise? No, he wouldn't do that.
No, I think he's gonna lose an eyeball.
But yeah, before we start talking about the Rings of Power trailer, which just came out today, what is your house? You didn't answer the question. What's your Westeros house? If you had to pick one, since everyone picks.
Man.
Yeah, exactly. Turns out all the Targaryens just have massive PTSD. That's why they have white hair.
I mean, I would have I have to say Targaryen.
Targaryen?
Like there's a lot of, there's a lot of shit, but there's also been a lot of really cool legendary things that came out of that family. But yeah, it's just
Targaryen's a solid answer, and it's definitely going to be the popular answer right now while House of the Dragon's going on, I think.
Well, it's like it amazed me how many Lannister fans there were. Like after all the complete bullshit and like after everything that Cersei did throughout.
Man, people love a bad bitch.
8 years, so many people are like, yeah, I fucking love the Lannister family. I'm like, bro, they'd be hard.
People love an evil ass girl boss. That's the thing. Like, people are all about it.
There's just
Cersei definitely is that.
And then just straight up like Tywin just wanting to kill Tyrion just left and fucking right, man. And then there's some people who are like, yeah, dude, I fuck with that lion family. Like, bro,
well,
like,
to be fair, the brilliance of Game of Thrones is that every single faction has one person you like.
That's true.
That's kind of what makes it brilliant, is that you're like, oh man, I wish they'd wipe out those Lannisters, but I really hope that Bronn and the Hound survive, because you like them. So it's like there's always these factors why it's clever writing to stop it from being black and white, good guys versus bad guys. There's certain individuals on every side that you want to have survive. That's why the season 7, episode 4, when the Dothraki and the dragon finally attacked the Lannister army, like on the open field.
So fucking.
That's why that was so fucking stressful, because Bronn's on the catapult. And you don't want Bronn to die, but you don't want him to shoot Drogon. So it's like these two are going at it, and you don't want either of them to lose. And that's like brilliant writing. And so that's.
And then there's fucking Jamie, who decides to grab a fucking flag lance and decides
right in there like this fucking asshole.
I'm gonna joust this dragon real quick, just because this is my one fucking chance.
The dragon head coming in, like, and getting ready with the thing was literally like Rick from The Walking Dead with the long neck meme, just being like, yo, God. Carl. And then those poor horses got fucking roasted. Those horses did not deserve that. It was not their decision to go charging face first into a dragon. And like Bronn sacrificed his own horse to save him. I'm still pissed about that. Actually,
that was some shit. That was some shit. Oh god, what a fucking! It was such a great episode, though.
They started strong. They started off really strong.
We've been waiting fucking like 7 years for that shit. Yeah, it was just one of those strangely like justified and like great moments. Because then it also like completely went back to season 1 of fucking Robert Baratheon being like, no one wants to face a bunch of Dothraki screamers on an open field, and it's like, fuck, we saw it. He was right. Fucking Bobby Baratheon was right. Lannisters got slaughtered. Fucking just taken out by the horse lords, man.
Yeah, and that was even used to further underscore the power of the Night King's army. You know, as the Dothraki then charge out across an open field during the long night, and we see their flaming weapons just disappear on the horizon one by one. Like, oh man.
Yeah, which makes me also super curious of like, we saw a lot of Dothraki get killed. How are there still that many surviving Dothraki that like was able to take King's Landing? Granted, we still
we're talking season 8. The closer you look, the more questions you're gonna have, and it's best to just be like, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, don't think about it too hard, or it'll all fall apart. You know, which is too bad.
Oh, I love best adult dating sites.
Yeah, those are my favorite.
Yeah, local MILFs, best. But yeah, dude. I feel like Damon's really. Yeah, I don't know. I
think Damon's going to be a star that burns really bright, and he's not going to last very long. I think
he's going to be Sheriff of Nottingham, dude.
He's a whole ass red herring. He's going to make a bunch of moves, and then he's just going to get like murdered unceremoniously, and he'll be gone. That's what I think.
Yeah,
he's totally our God, what was the name of the? He's our Boromir.
That's ooh.
He's our Boromir.
Ooh, really?
He's gonna do some gnarly stuff, and he's gonna make some real big moves, and he's gonna be a central focus character for the beginning of this very long story. But he's not gonna be in this very long story. He's gonna get backstabbed by Otto Hightower. That's what I think is gonna happen. That's my plan. That's my prediction. I'm not involved in his assassination. Like, I have nothing to do with it.
he did beat the shit out of his son at the tournament too. I don't remember if
so deliberately that fucking eye contact. He's a bitch, man. Like, I love it, but he's so petty. He's so petty.
It's so petty, dude. Yeah, seeing Doctor Who kind of play like a petty villainous kind of character. Like, it's so interesting. It's so different.
He's doing a great job.
I appreciate that he's like the only big name actor in the entire series too. Like, I don't know any of these fucking people.
No, it's Matt Smith is like the only one that I really recognize either, actually. And that was the way with Game of Thrones. Like, I knew Sean Bean and I knew Lena Headey from 300.
Oh yeah, duh, yeah. That's true.
But there wasn't much else out there.
Really the biggest names. That's true.
Yeah, I can't wait for the rest of House of the Dragon. It's going to be dope.
Which is going to be
speaking of Rings of Power, or speaking of Lord of the Rings in general, I went to Emerald City Comic Con over the weekend, and I've got to show you this fucking amazing thing that I got, dude. This is a Jerry Vanderstelt painting of Rivendell. Look at this.
God, it's so fucking gorgeous. Look at that lighting. Look at that highlighting. Oh, look at the water.
Absolutely freaking amazing, dude. It has so much detail on it. And it's signed by him there in the corner.
And you can see the Fellowship leaving Rivendell on the bridge, bro. Oh, my God. That's beautiful.
I'm getting it framed ASAP, but this is like my absolute score. How big it is? It's huge.
Is it a living room piece? Is it an entryway piece?
Oh man, I don't know. This is.
It's so fucking beautiful.
I'm looking at my wall space right now, and I don't have a whole lot of space left to put it. So wherever it's going, it'll probably be a living room piece, I think.
Somewhere that it can be gazed at regularly is what it fucking means.
Right, exactly. Absolutely. This one needs to be appreciated. So let me just carefully slip this back into its
protected sleeve here, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely sick. Apparently the original is oil on canvas, and it's like fucking massive, and it sold for like between like $30,000 and $50,000.
Okay, so now that my brain's buffering a little bit, like house-wise, being a Targaryen would be super fucking cool. If I had to choose
you got dragons.
Exactly. But if I had to like choose like a commoner place that I would like grow up, or like anywhere in Westeros that I would want to grow up, the Eyrie is pretty dope.
The Eyrie
is pretty cool. Like,
you'd be an Arryn.
The sigil with the peregrine falcon and the crescent moon is cool. The
Arryns do have a really sweet look, and I like that they've got like cloth
The
over
Vale, the house, the Vale. Yeah,
the Vale. The Arryns is the actual house, but the Vale is the area. And then the Eyrie is like the little seat of power. For me, like honestly,
it's a cool spot.
I think I'd be a Tyrell.
You'd be in fucking Highgarden.
I'd be in Highgarden, man.
You'd be hanging out in Highgarden.
I would rather be gardening and reading books than fighting people on a battlefield. So I think I'd be a Tyrell.
See, I don't know why Damon
is a scholar or a maester.
I don't know why Damon was bitching about the Vale so much. I feel like a dragon would absolutely love living in a mountainous.
Well, a dragon would, but a man with a heart of a dragon doesn't want to fuck sheep or women that look like sheep, apparently.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I was trying to figure out. The lady
was Otto's wife like from the Vale or something? Is that why he was saying that? Like,
yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize
it was
that.
An arranged marriage. It was an arranged marriage that Hightower suggested that the king do. He's like, oh, we need to have better relationships in the Vale. You should have your brother marry what's his nuts daughter, you know. So, but that was what I was trying to figure out at the end of the episode. If the long brown haired lady that he took on the dragon, if that was his wife or if that was the prostitute from the brothel. I couldn't figure out who the lady was.
I'm not sure.
But yeah. Because his brother was pissed when he did the whole air for a day thing.
Well, that was hella fucked up for him to do. Like, absolutely, I would have been pissed too. Chase, yes, we absolutely are. In case the giant print of Rivendell did not give it away just now, we absolutely are. Team Predator Alien.
We fuck with Middle Earth.
I have seen the original Alien and Aliens.
Oh,
and
bro,
Prey is the only Predator that I've seen. So.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen the other Predators. I've seen the original Predator, but I know there's like a bunch of sequels.
Arnie Schwarzenegger? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the pinnacle.
I've seen the originals of both. I've seen the original Alien and the original Predator. And I saw Aliens, and I've seen Prey, and that's it. I haven't seen any of the verses.
Sigourney Weaver's a fucking badass. Like, any of the Aliens movies is great, or at least the ones that she's in. I have mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings about the Prometheus and like the Alien Covenant movie and like all the other ones that were like prequel sequel made.
Right.
Predators was kind of cool. The later Predator movies were terrible. Prey was really fucking cool.
Speaking of other kinds of Predators, just because I want to get this out of my hands, this is the other print that I picked up at UCCC.
Speaking of Predators,
this awesome fucking piece. Look at the colors on that one, man. Absolutely popping
colors.
This one's definitely going to go in here in the study, I think. It's got that nice new print smell. Try and slip it back in the sleeve without damaging it.
Oh, look at the blue. Oh, and you can see people like looking down the.
Oh yeah, it's Jabba and 3PO and a Gamorrean staring down. It's so good.
Shit.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh shit, it totally is, and they like gave him bright eyes.
Oh no, the Rancor. It's so good.
Blue. Oh, it's such a. I want someone to paint or make a blue Rancor now.
Well, weren't the Rancors on Felucia blue, or did they have like war paint on them?
I think they. Ooh, that's a good question. Because I was now trying to think if they were like tropical frog colored.
I think the Felucians did have war paint on their Rancors.
War paint. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say a memory that I'm making up.
Anyone with Rancor knowledge, please drop it in the comments for us right here.
If the Felucia Rancors were
Alien Isolation. Ooh, yes, there's a new Alien game. I heard about that shit. I would totally love to do that.
It's pretty cool. The gameplay, like,
I've been looking for scary games to play for.
It is a scary game.
I've been looking for scary games.
Yeah, it's definitely on the scary side versus the Friday the 13th game, which I like played a little bit of on a person's computer. Like, that one was fun, but it was definitely like just the gimmick of like you're a teenager in the 80s trying to run away from Jason.
That still sounds fun though. That sounds like a good time.
Whereas this one, purely survival. It's like you're in the Alien movie, or it's like you're in the Thing movie, and you're like stuck in this fucking Antarctic base, and you're dealing with like this creature that just wants to.
I'm totally down for that. I am totally down for that. I love The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that sounds fucking cool. I had the old Todd McFarlane action figures from The Thing that they came out with in like the early 2000s.
Spiderhead.
Yes, that's the one that I had, dude. It was great. Oh man,
dude, the weird dog mutant still to this day freaks me the fuck out. Whatever sound effect they used to come out of when it started, when the thing started to emulate humans, the fire in the outside scene, you know what I'm talking about, where they like
yes
the thing made its arms super long, and then it made like this weird howling scream sound.
Yeah,
like,
it was really.
They did like the jaw drop and like the blatant eye, and it was just like the thing, and I was just like, oh my god, that sound is fucking frightening.
Someone please clip that so I can use that as a Streamlabs clip. No, yeah, the sound design of that movie was so fucking brilliant, because exactly, like, sometimes what you're looking at isn't scary enough, so they have to add this crazy sound that just like gets your survival instincts going, you know? Like,
and they used the same or similar sound in that fucking UFO abduction movie.
The fourth kind.
God damn it.
Fuck yeah.
Damn it. They used the same creepy ass howling scream.
Love that movie.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm going to sign up for Shudder, the streaming service that's nothing but horror movies. I'm going to sign up for it for 1 month and just binge horror movies and make a bunch of horror movie reactions, and then just like drop them on Grizzly Wizard for Spooktober. But yeah, I'm looking for some scary games to play. So Alien Isolation, sounds like that's a good contender. Yeah,
there's a lot of atmospheric sounds that they use to fuck around with you too.
We do that in Silent Hill too, and I fucking love it. It's great. It's very clever.
Well, Silent Hill was very music based. They really knew how to change the sound and rhythms of things to give people anxiety. And like when they did the whole Ash World shift, like that's a whole they did that shit on purpose. Whereas
to create images is always a challenge. Digital magic.
That's how they did it. It was digital magic. Oh yes. We need to play this together. This is the Ghost Adventures game. Yeah. This is you get like bonus points if you can get Aaron to climb into the bed with you.
Oh my god. What? I forget what is it on I have a fucking Mac. I don't think if it's on Steam I can't do it.
I think it's on Steam and it's also on consoles. No, we just need to get you a system. One of these days I'm just going to send you a computer or something or a console or something you can play on.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, like when I come to Seattle at some point, we'll eventually be able to multi-monitor and do like that'll be part of like the special, like something we'll do while we're together.
For sure.
Do it that way.
That'll be good too. We'll definitely also do that. So I've got two things here. I've got the Rings of Power trailer, which came out today, which has a bunch of new stuff in it, and then something just a little weird that I'll talk about.
I have seen it because there was. I'm not.
It was earlier today that it came out. It's brand new.
Oh, okay. So it's not.
Comic-Con trailer is probably what you're thinking of.
I'm thinking of
SDCC.
The trailer I saw recently was stabilizing, emphasizing that Elrond is in the series and he's friends with Durin, like the Durin.
Oh, that was a little clip of them having dinner. Yeah. Was it them having dinner together?
And something like that. And then Durin's like, for an elf, you're pretty dwarfy, or so, something along the nature. I was like,
that was like a little clip, like a little sneak peek clip. This is like a legit trailer that came out today.
Oh, cool.
I'm pretty sure it's different. Yeah, let's. I was surprised too until I realized that this is actually the first official trailer. The one before this was the SDCC trailer, and everything before that was called a teaser. So, and yes, I have seen the Sandman, and I freaking loved it. It was awesome. Rings of Power trailer. Let's do it.
My brother gave his life hunting the enemy. His task is now mine.
Bro, I'm so ready for fucking Warrior Galadriel fucking thrown apart.
Absolutely. Man, look at those ships.
Look at that. Thank you for giving us realistic breastplate.
Not fate.
Durin!
There's Durin, yep.
Ours was the work of something greater.
The dwarves look great. They look straight out of the Hobbit style dwarves. Like there's some great visual continuity there. Anatar.
Oh, that dude, is that Sauron? That's
I don't think so. I think it's Anatar.
Each of us. Everyone.
If it is Sauron, I hope that the big twist is that Sauron's played by like many actors.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. Nice. With the that was a great ear reveal.
Whatever it was you did, be free of it.
One day this will be your kingdom.
Raise your sail and let it go.
Man, Khazad-dûm looks so different. Like full of
Oh my
green.
god, there's green inside of it. There's vegetation inside of it.
Okay, so Galadriel's gonna spend a bunch of time in Numenor, it looks like. She gets a costume change there.
Better than any creature in all Middle-earth. We stay true to each other.
Yeah, that's Elrond.
Even bigger in our feet.
Whoa. Is that fucking Zedeckis Zulzarander I just saw?
I don't want to know what kind of creepy big-ass water creatures are in Middle-earth.
I know, right? Predecessor of the Watcher in the water, maybe.
Commander! Wait!
No! We keep moving!
Why do you keep fighting?
There is a tempest in me.
God,
Kind of horns troll.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel. Put up your sword.
Yeah, that's
Oh. It's so sick. You're fucking chaining people.
Without it, what am I to be?
Dude, if this whole series is just Galadriel focused, I'm still fucking here for it.
I feel like season 1 will be. It looks like it's sort of a quest of identity for her in a way, because like as Elrond's saying, put up your sword, and she says, "If I do, what will I be? Like, who am I without this warrior aspect of me?" So I think maybe part of the story is going to be the transition from like armor,
From sword to magic,
warrior Galadriel to like ethereal, draped in fire, staring into the mirror, like sort of thing. So that would be a really cool transition. That could be a badass
people's mind and projecting her own fucking
I
consciousness.
know what it is you saw, for it is also in my mind. No, she was so fucking amazing.
You will not have a dark lord, but you
the
will
music
have
is
a
very
queen, and she
The
will
music-
be strong and terrible and beautiful.
All shall love me and despair.
Oh
The music
my
is
God.
contemporary. It's very, very modern feeling, but I do feel like it still has a little bit of that like ethereal, like Enya, otherworldly quality to it. Also, it's just trailer music. I don't think it's part of the soundtrack. I think we're going to get a much more traditional style soundtrack. I know it's available. I haven't listened to it yet. I might do that after this, actually. But yeah, no, it was really good. Gives me all the right vibes. Well, most of the right vibes anyway. I'm not going into this for some sort of like complete extension of like Peter Jackson's movies. I think that's setting yourself up for disappointment if you want some sort of like, if you think it's like a direct prequel to that, it's not going to be.
No.
This is another group of artists making their own interpretation
Of the Silmarillion.
of the Silmarillion, of just the works of Tolkien in general. You know, you can't even really say it's an adaptation of the Silmarillion. It's like an adaptation of Tolkien's handwritten notes that he scrawled in the margins of the Silmarillion. Is really what this is. But yeah, no, I'm very intent on, you know, just watching this and being entertained and just being grateful for being back in Middle Earth again, you know, at the end of the day.
I very much appreciate that it doesn't look like a fucking World of Warcraft movie. Like
right? Or The Hobbit.
Yeah, like all of the weapons have a very specific look about them, and they're all like, this is the high, like this is supposed to be the fucking High Republic of Elven time, you know, like this is the heyday of the elves. So I feel like all of their armor, all of their weapons, like this is going to be like, all the blades were super skinny, but they were thick as fuck. Like, you know, those swords are like meant for quick slashes and shit.
Legit.
Like, oh, Yeah, and I like how all the orcs and the like cave trolls have like semi skull heads, and then like regular beef bodies. I'm like, oh, dude, give me these creatures. Let's fucking go.
The orcs look really good. They look really, really good. There weren't any Ents in this trailer, but there were Ents in one of the teasers. So we're gonna get a little bit of that too. No, it's gonna be really good. I'm really excited for it. September 21st. September 21st. No, that's the Andor date. This is coming sooner than that. This is like September 2nd or something crazy. So like it's right around the corner from us.
Oh, 21st is Andor. Or
that's
like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's Andor. This is 21st.
March is Andor stuff.
I got them all confused. So for the final thing that I've got here, kind of a weird what?
Thor: Love and Thunder comes out September 8th on Disney Plus. If you
cool. Okay, fine. Then I can watch it. Sweet. I'll
September 8th. Unless you download it now.
I have not. Well, I don't do that. All right. It's against the law, Bendu. God. No, but yeah, no, I'll just wait. I'll just wait for this one. Disney Plus is fine.
I appreciate that it's coming out in the beginning of September. I was initially thinking it wasn't going to be until like fucking October or something. And then
that would take
they announced it. Like, we're gonna put out Thor and live action Pinocchio at the same time. I'm like, what the fuck? Live action Pinocchio? What the
how's Thor supposed to compete with that? That sounds like everyone's gonna want to line up for that one. Hey, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you in the next one.
Right. Tuesdays, 7:00.
Every time. Yeah, so the last thing that I've got here. We do not have to watch all of this, but I thought it would be interesting. And we can also save it for a later stream, too, because we are actually almost out of time. You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to save this for next time. So,
what is it?
Well, that's just it. Now everyone wants to know. Now it's like this great, big, burning question. Yeah, no. For another time. I'm not going to do it. We'll watch it later because I just realized that it's a lot longer than I thought it was. And we don't have time at the end of this podcast, but we'll do it in the next one for sure.
God damn it. Is it Tom Hanks as Geppetto? That's what I fucking thought. They couldn't even get a real Italian dude. Like, what the fuck, Disney? Like, God damn it. Just because you have Tom Hanks doesn't mean you need to use Tom Hanks. Like, God damn it. You had the actor who played Geppetto in fucking Once Upon a Time still alive. Like, he was right there. Fuck you. Jiminy Cricket looks legit. Jiminy Cricket looks like he's a straight up like CGI, like real version of his cartoon Cricket self, which is kind of funny. But yeah, get the fuck out of here.
That's hilarious. Oh my God. Get out.
There's a net.
Ted, I got your voucher.
Out!
Wow, there's a Netflix Pinocchio too. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, wow. Well, whoa. Guillermo del Toro. I'm into it. Guillermo del Toro was releasing a thing of like 13 little short stories.
Curiosity's Cabinet. He's hosting it.
Okay.
He's different directors and different writers, but he's getting them. He's putting the people together.
You and me? React to that shit?
Is it on Netflix? Because I don't got Netflix.
I think it is on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't have Netflix.
Either way, like I'm definitely posting reactions to that. Yeah, I'm trying to get all the horror content I possibly can so I can just flood the channel in October.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's like 6 or 8 episodes, and each one is a different ghost story or different like creature feature.
Yeah, everything is coming out in September. We're gonna be busy bees. I can't wait though. No, it's gonna be a labor of love. And if there's anything more taxing than sitting there enjoying TV, I don't know what it is. You know, it's a hard job, right? Oh man, no, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And before we know it, we're gonna have so much content that we're just like constantly taking in new stories, because She-Hulk is not going to be over until Andor's in full swing.
Yep.
Same with Rings of Power, and I don't know how long the season's supposed to be for House of the Dragon, but I imagine it's at least 8 episodes, maybe 10.
It's August now. August, September, October, November. I'd be surprised if it made it all the way to December. That'd be a long season. Like, well, I don't know. Like, are they going to give it a normal Game of Thrones season length, or are they going to make this like an HBO miniseries length?
I'm not sure. I imagine they're going for more rather than less episodes.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know. 10? Someone said 10.
I'm seeing
Okay.
10. Yeah.
Well, obviously,
Interesting.
so it might get us to October. House of the Dragon might.
Did I hear correctly that there's 24 goddamn episodes of Andor?
No, I heard 12.
Okay. That's what.
Oh,
Maybe they were referring to 2 seasons because I heard someone say 24 episodes, and that sounds insane to me. Especially since everything else we've gotten has been like 6 to 10.
Yeah.
No, 12 is nice. 12 is a feast.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
going
it's
to be good.
12. That's why they're giving us the first. Is it first 2 or is it first 3?
Tales of the Walking Dead. I need to finish Walking Dead first. I fell off like season 11.
Oh, gotcha.
I fell off when Glenn died. Or yeah. That's when that was the season when the Negan gets introduced. That was the last season that I saw.
Oh, then you wouldn't, because
that's what I think.
Dead, so Keen Cougar, I am currently watching it, or I watched the first. I think they only put out the first 2 episodes, but yeah.
How many seasons? How many seasons are they in?
Right now,
what season are they in?
It just started.
What season is it though?
Of what? Walking Dead.
Yeah.
They're in their final season right now. Well,
I was wondering what the number is. Like, how many have come out?
Oh, I don't know. Because this is technically part 2 of 3 for their final season.
Oh, interesting. They're breaking it up. I got you.
Yeah. But yeah,
John Bernthal's killing it. I was very sad when he left the show. Yes, Primal Season 2 is coming, and my reactions to Primal Season 1 are coming to Grizzled Wizard, and then I'm going to watch Season 2, but I probably won't get to it in September. That's probably going to be a November show for me.
We're in the
I'm also going to start Legend of Korra.
I thought it was the 11th. Bro, Legend of Korra. Bro, you're going to see my favorite airbender of all time, fucking Zahir, in season 3.
Zahir. I've never heard that name before. Yeah, see, I don't know anything. I mean, I know the events of Avatar because I watched Avatar, but yeah, I'm like going into Korra blind. I was going to start watching it next week, I think.
Good. It's a slow burn. But like it really starts to pick up. It's kind of like Miss Marvel, where it's such a different. Okay, I can't say it's a different kind of story because I guess technically it's not. It's just that it's focused on the perspective of a teenage girl, so it upset a lot of nerd fan dudes.
Sure.
Everyone's like, we spent so much time with Aang, or like, we spent so much time with like, from the superhero perspective, like I don't want to. They're like, I know Miss Marvel got a lot of hate.
That just sounds like weird misogyny. It's not like we didn't spend all the time we spent with Aang, also with Katara and Toph.
Exactly.
It's not like we only had this weird, uniquely male perspective the whole time of the show. So that's an inane argument to me. I don't get that criticism with Miss Marvel or with Avatar.
Yeah. So
haters gonna hate.
Korra, Korra was a slow burn, but if it gets good, it gets real. Like her villains are very like real world villains for each season.
That's what I've heard. I guess that is the one thing I do know is that the Korra villains are dope.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to starting that. Awesome. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. That's about all the time we have for Dork Forces number 18. Yeah, this is episode number 18.
Woodsy Beast, I see you. You can't say that Zahir is less than Boomy. They're completely different tiers, bitch. They're completely different tiers. One's a fucking anarchist, and the other is like the greatest king of fucking, what was his kingdom? What was it wasn't Ba Sing Se. What was the other one?
It wasn't. It was
the one that was created by the 2 lovers.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What was it called? It was the big Cones city.
Picchu, motherfucking, yeah, that one. I can't think of what the fucking city is called. But yeah, no, they're totally different. They're totally
city that he took back single-handedly.
Yeah. Also, one's an earthbender, one's an airbender who just got his airbending like in less than 2 months. But yeah.
Someone please like save us from drowning here and tell us what the name of this goddamn city is.
Bumi's City. It's
Bumi's City. What was it called?
Oh, they had the awesome mail system.
They had like the little trolleys, the trolleys that slid around everywhere.
Yeah, god damn it. All right, fuck it. I have to Google this bitch now.
Yeah, look it up.
Because it's I can't. Boomy.
Yes, we're gonna be watching the entire show together. That's the plan. I decided it was worth it to finally watch this one on the couch from the living room instead of like in here in my study on my office chair, which isn't uncomfortable by any stretch of the means. But like some shows are meant to be watched from
fucking Omashu.
Omashu.
Oh, fucking Omashu. Yeah, dude.
Wasn't the two lovers' names like Oma and Shu? Wasn't that why it was Omashu? Like,
Yep.
or something like that?
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel through the mountain.
Secret tunnel. Yeah, bro.
I can't wait. I'm also really excited for this Netflix adaptation that's happening.
The casting looks great.
That's like the only thing we know is the casting, but I'm digging it so far.
They actually use people of color, which thank God. Yeah, no, I think they're going to try to be a little bit more.
What, you don't want to have all of the Southern Water Tribe be white people and then the Fire Nation be a bunch of Indians, but the Fire Lord is like Maori? Because that totally makes sense. Oh, Shyamalan, what were you doing, man?
Fuck out of here.
I reacted to that movie. I think it gets a bad rap. I will not stand here and say that it's not a bad movie. It is a bad movie. Like, don't get me wrong. But I feel like I get what he was going for.
Appa looked like a pug dog. Appa
looked weird. But dude, it was 2010. I can't imagine Appa looking any better than that in a movie from 2010.
You could have given her a way cuter face, not the fucking Alice in Wonderland caterpillar hookah.
Sure. No, he did look goofy. He looked fucking goofy. I'm not trying to say he didn't. Momo looked fine.
Momo
no
looked
problem
great.
with Momo.
Yeah.
They figured out Momo. Momo was good. And Zuko, fucking Dev Patel, killed it. He was a great Zuko. I don't think anyone, like, people can hate on that movie all they want. I'm not going to stop you. But, like, don't say shit about Dev Patel because his performance was, like, excellent.
It's true. That's true.
Wasn't enough to save the movie, but he was easily, like, the takeaway of any of it, you know? Yeah, this always happens. We're always, like, on our way out the door, and then one of us has a thought, or we, like, remember something, and then it spawns, like, another 20
How
minutes.
dare you fucking put the Earthbenders in an Earth-based prison? What the
You have done this. You have done this.
Yeah.
I blame let's see. Yeah, I blame Woodsy for this particular derailment.
Fine. It's fine. Their ages are totally different too, bro.
Ooh, the fact that the creators of the cartoon quit the Netflix project due to creative differences worries me.
Yeah.
I wonder what that means. Because, like, creative differences could mean a lot of different things. I know that Alan Lee, the primary concept artist for Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy, also left the Rings of Power series over creative differences. But again, without context, we don't really know what that means. So, like, but that's something to keep in mind, though, for sure. And I will temper my expectations. I'm just excited they're finally taking another crack at it, because in 2010, it was clearly not a success. People do not remember the live action Avatar movie fondly. But, like, maybe we'll finally get a live action Avatar people like. That's not a bad thing, you know?
It's true.
Cautiously optimistic. Cautiously optimistic. Oh, and what's his face? Paul something. He was the X-Wing pilot, and he's in Kim's Convenience. He's going to be Uncle Iroh.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's going to be Carson Teva, I think.
It's true.
Yeah, no, I think that's good casting. That's going to be great. Cool. Well, that is actually all the time that we have. Thank you so much for tuning into Dork Forces. We covered She-Hulk. We covered House of the Dragon. We forgot to talk about Prey. We'll talk about Prey next time. Yeah. Prey's not going anywhere. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Stay tuned. We got more things coming on the channel too. Until next week. Same Dork time.
Same thing, because we got episode 2 of both of those things. Got episode 2 of She-Hulk.
Yeah, we'll just keep discussing them right here. It's gonna be great. Yeah. Awesome, cool.
Tuesdays are the night.
We will play you out once again with George Lucas being a worrying, violent individual, because we all know that's true. Here we go.
R4 is really an R2 painted red, isn't it?
Careful what you're saying about R4, because you can get bopped on the head real quick.